Everybody, welcome to the Hall H Show podcast. We are at DesignerCon 2018, and we're joined by the very talented Mr. Lenny Romero.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You go by Lenzations, correct?
Yes.
And we've known each other for a few years, and we keep in touch with each other online through social media, and then we kind of see each other at cons. So I'm glad that you're at one of our favorite cons to go to, DesignerCon.
Yeah.
How has the experience been for you so far?
For DesignerCon?
Yeah.
It's been fun. A little bit slower than I would like, but I still get a lot of people coming by. They like seeing me draw the Predator over here. At least getting a lot of recognition. A lot of people telling me they love my art. That's always makes me happy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not always about the money. It's just the good compliments that helps get me driving and going. So it's at least been a good crowd reception. Nice people.
Yeah. If somebody was wondering whether to go to DesignerCon or not, what would you say to them?
I actually would say go. I really would encourage a lot of people to go to this show. I personally, if I was an attendee, I mean, just walking around myself, I really love the stuff that they got around here. I'm someone who really likes looking for a lot of original stuff, people that make their own things, and this con has it all. I want half this stuff, but I'm like broke as heck, and I need to save my money for rent and all that, but I swear I'd buy half these toys that they have here. Mm-hmm. This stuff's just amazing. It's incredible. I couldn't, like, the sensory overload when I was looking around on Friday. I was like, oh my God, I want that, I want that. There's a t-shirt over here I want, there's a poster over there, there's a toy over here. It's been incredible,
Obviously you attended when it was in Pasadena, right?
I actually didn't.
No? Okay.
I wasn't. I was sad because I was like 30 minutes away and I should have gone, but I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we go into your origin story? Because all our heroes have origin stories, right?
Yeah.
What were you like at 11?
11 years old. Yeah. 11, I was in middle school. I wasn't doing anything like this. Were you
as tall then as you are now?
No, that was like 300 pounds, 6 feet ago. Now, I'm like 900 pounds. No, my life was...
What were you into back then?
I was actually into wrestling. I was not like professional wrestling where you see them jump off the top ropes, but I was into... collegiate wrestling. I was a wrestler.
Like Greco or
actually, yes, Greco and freestyle.
Okay.
At that age, it was Greco and freestyle. When I got to high school, it was more folk style, collegiate. But definitely freestyle and Greco was my thing. I wrestled. My team was called the Terminators. Yeah, we always show the T.
Nice.
But that was mostly my own thing. Mostly the thing I would do all the time. But I also love Godzilla. That's kind of like always. That's like where I get all my inspiration for all my art for.
How old were you when you got the Godzilla bug?
2 years old.
2 years old?
From what I hear. 2, 3 years old.
Oh, really?
Something like that. I remember this story vividly, though. I went to Toys R Us with my grandma. She took me there, and I saw this movie with, giant dinosaur blowing fire on top of a lobster with a volcano blowing up in the background, and I was like, I want that one. Lo and behold, that was probably one of the more violent movies. People already die at the beginning of the movie. The giant lobster, his name's Ebra, he came out, destroyed the boat, killed this other family, and then you see when they get to the island, he skewers some other people that try to run away from the Red Kong military.
I don't think I saw this one.
Godzilla versus the Sea Monster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's one of my favorites because it's my first.
Right.
But ever since watching that movie, watching Godzilla beat the tar out of this lobster, rip off the claw and start snapping it back at him, I was like, I'm in love. This is what I like.
It's the pure campiness of it. It's
exactly.
Yeah. I think that's something that is lost in translation when they try to sort of redo Godzilla for the Western audience.
Yeah. From what I hear, the new one is going to be a lot like that. I feel like I really like Michael Dougherty, and I think he's going back to the roots. From what everyone's been telling me who's seen like the test screenings or whatever in the year prior, is like it's really... If you like Godzilla, this is what we're looking for, is the one that's coming out. I know the 2014 one was kind of like a little like everyone's like, no, we need more Godzilla. It was only like 11 minutes of Godzilla. I understand that. My big complaint is the whole Bryan Cranston dying. Spoiler alert, sorry. Dying a little too early in the movie.
Yeah. It took me by surprise.
Well, it's funny because, you think there's... the first act of that movie, I think, is the best part, is because they're setting up this whole like father-son redemption story, and they have Godzilla in the background, kind of mirroring that. But they dropped it, and you're like,
who knows?
What happened to that substance?
I don't know.
Yeah. But I still love how he looks. I'm ready. I love Godzilla. It's hard to get me to hate anything Godzilla, although the anime is kind of pushing it right now. The one on Netflix.
Yeah. It's a bit to wrap your mind around the anime version. Yeah. So, in terms of your passion for drawing Kaiju and Godzilla,
yes.
I mean, we've talked in the past, and you said that you're pretty much self-taught.
Yes. So I've been drawing my entire life. I honestly used to just love getting my toys and drawing them on paper. My dad said, I remember one that I drew, my dad says he has like hidden somewhere. I wish he would pull it out so I could see like one of my first art projects.
Why does he have it hidden?
I don't know. He says he has it somewhere. Maybe he says maybe he lost it and just didn't have it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I want to say around 2008. I actually have the drawing over there if you guys check it out. It's not for sale. It's one of my first like good drawings, you could say. And the moment I drew that, I kind of felt like, I think I do really have something here and I want to pursue it. Since then, I kind of took a couple classes. Obviously, I'm a business major. I never went to art school. Kind of wish I did, but, that's life. And but I started selling in 2015. Had a little dinky booth. It's like one of the first times I met you guys at the Kamikaze back in 2015. Okay. And ever since then, that's kind of how she rose.
I think
started growing.
I think it's kind of interesting and probably fortunate that you started off as a business major and then sort of transitioned to an artist, because I think a lot of artists, when they start out, they don't have that business acumen, and they sort of get stuck in certain situations.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big part of it. And I honestly feel like I'm actually a little bit more extrovert too. I love talking to people. I love talking to you guys. I love socializing. It's grand. I'm like saying sorry if I ever feel like I'm quiet, because I'm like, no, that's not how I am. I like talking to people. I like getting good conversations out. And that really, the business part, you sort of helped in that. I mean, that's a totally different social aspect and communicating. But
in terms of like managing your finances and knowing how to forecast what, stuff like that, a lot of artists probably don't really think about that.
Exactly. No, you're right. You're totally correct. I also have to thank my girlfriend, who also is like the super super business person here. She's the one who drives everything and it helps me kick butt.
Cool. In terms of the medium that you stuck with, pencil and graphite, why did you stick to that?
So I stuck to pencil because it's really just easy to pick up a pencil and go. Honestly, I see all this like graphic design and painting. I love it. I want to actually be part of some of that stuff. I'm trying to get part of that stuff. Yeah. But something about pencil, just being able to grab a pencil, grab a piece of paper, and going and drawing. There's just something so simple and so like intricate about it that I love, and I don't want to lose. It's just there's some peace of mind of just having a pencil in your hand and just going for hours.
Is it probably perhaps the joy that you had when you were younger that you're trying to hold on to that maybe?
Probably. Yeah. As far as I know, it's just like I can draw for about 24 hours straight and not know that an hour has passed.
I think that's probably true, because looking at the detail that you have in your artwork, I can tell that's like hours and hours.
Yeah, and work. I honestly everyone's like, wow, I don't have the patience for that, or I don't know if I can do that. I'm like, I do. It feels good. It's relaxing. It's therapeutic. It's the reason why I do this now. I used to work at Best Buy, and I actually just quit recently because I want to do the art for the rest of my life. It's what I love. So
how does that? Has the realization kind of sunk in already that I'm a full-time artist now?
It's sort of, especially when I take hits sometimes, sometimes you're like, damn, starving artist, it's got to happen. So
do you have any apprehension still, or are you scared of anything?
And I am scared. I feel like that's normal, but I try to fight through it. I realize this is life. This is what you got to go through. You got to go through these stresses, or you're not able to achieve what you want to achieve unless if you don't have the understanding that things are hard, that you're gonna have like a bad time, that life's just gonna really nail it to you. You know, if you don't have that understanding, you're not gonna make it through. Yeah. I feel like I have that understanding. I've been through a lot of like hard times, blood, sweat, and tears. Like I was a wrestler all the way through my college career, and that's just hell in itself. So I know what going through hell is, and I'm ready for it. You know, no matter what happens, you know, there's going to be struggles. No matter what, there's going to be hard times, but I'm ready to fight it, and it's going to make me a better person for it. And I'm going to appreciate all this at the end of it all.
Yeah, you know, I have a lot of respect for wrestlers. I mean, like I don't know if you watch like UFC and Daniel Cormier.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
DC is he's a pretty cool guy to watch, because he just nose to the grindstone. He just grinds, man, and it's his hard work has paid off for him.
Yeah, I actually went to school. When I went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, I was at school. I was on the same wrestling team as Chad Mendez.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, those guys. I'm
probably sure he doesn't even remember me now.
he's Chad Mendez is pretty badass, man.
Yes, he is.
He is.
Yeah.
Going back to how you're an extrovert, something that I've noticed at cons is that you know, especially artists who are exhibiting.
Yeah.
They have a hard time sort of connecting with the people that are walking by. What are some pieces of advice that you could probably give to them to sort of help, I guess, help them, you know, engage better with the audience and con goers?
I say just try to find common ground, especially with people who stop by your table. The reason they're stopping by is because they see something they like. You know, talk to them about what they like. I mean, if you go to an anime convention, talk about the anime. If you go to a comic book convention, talk about the comic books. I mean, half the people come by my table, obviously talk about a lot of Godzilla and Toho and tokusatsu. I'm able to find that common ground, and I love a lot of that stuff. So, and I love talking to people. It's just, you got to know how to communicate. Mm-hmm. You got to know how to just like, you got to see from the customer's perspective that, you know, they're people too. They're just like you. Yeah. You guys aren't like super different where like, you know, this person's going to hate you just for talking. Yeah. Like, give it a shot. This is going to be the worst, you know. They're going to be like, no, I don't want to buy it. It's okay. I mean, don't make it weird. Just talk. It's gonna be weird half the time, but don't force it to be weird. Mm-hmm. You know, just be yourself. And that's so cliche to say, but honestly, if people would look into that, being yourself, it literally is just represent what you're showing. You know, the art that you make. Show everyone like, hey, this is what I love. You know, and I want to share that with you. And I want you to share with me what you love.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
Let's sort of maybe talk about your process a little bit. How do you decide, first of all, what piece to tackle? And like, how long does it usually take you?
Usually, so I mean, I basically pretty much move all my pieces off. All my drawings are pretty much based off of the things I love. So obviously I started with Godzilla. That's like easy to pick those and go with those. But lately, I guess I've been picking pieces off popularity wise. I just finished a Jet Jaguar piece because a lot of people want to see want to see that. You know, a lot of people want to see War of the Gargantua. That's an older Toho flick. I'm gonna hopefully get to that one soon. So lately, that's been my process in picking a drawing, which one to draw, and then the commissions have been flowing a little bit more. So I actually have a commission process where I tell people like, hey, you can get it actually cheaper if you go non-exclusive versus exclusive. And really, pretty much what that means is exclusive, you keep that to yourself. No one else gets to have it. I can't make prints of it. But if you go non-exclusive, you give me the opportunity to make prints of it and sell to everyone else. Oh, so that actually is, I love when people pick that. Then I have something to draw for them, and I get to share it with everybody else.
Got it.
But yeah.
So, and how long does a typical piece like usually take?
The pieces take quite some time. Yeah. An easy one, it definitely was the Deadpool in the middle that you see. That one took about a day to finish. I actually messed up and restarted it in the same day. But something like this guy over here. Yeah. This guy is my most recent Godzilla piece. He took about 3 months to finish. Whoa. And I already sold the original.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I was supposed to finish it for a convention in Chicago, G-Fest. If anyone's heard of it, it's pretty much Godzilla Fest.
Yeah.
I was trying to finish it, like the lower half of it in one night.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, and get it done. And the right leg literally, I woke up in the morning to try to finish it. It took me 24 hours, a 24-hour day period with a couple snacks in between, just try to finish it.
Couple snacks?
And I didn't finish it. Just the right leg I finished. That was it.
3 months, huh?
Yeah, I'm too meticulous. I can't move fast. It's like my brain won't let me. It makes me take my time, and that's how I work.
Can I put this back for you?
Yeah, please.
Wow, that's a beautiful piece, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So pretty much you're sort of evolving. I see a lot of different material that you're starting to tackle.
Yes.
What does the future look like for you?
You know, I don't know yet. Right now, it's definitely predominantly conventions. I got Monster Palooza coming up. I have WonderCon coming up. I have the Aloha Con in Hawaii coming up.
Is that one that you go to frequently, or?
No, actually.
Okay.
Someone just told me about it and said it was actually pretty great. My girlfriend's from Hawaii, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
So I have somewhere to stay and go when I go out there. So
nice.
that's a benefit.
Yeah.
I actually got into Phoenix Comic Con.
Okay.
I got into Denver Comic Con.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm going to Anime Expo. I'll be at G-Fest in Chicago. And the big one I just found out that I actually got into the Artist Alley for San Diego Comic Con, and I'm like,
awesome.
And I'm like super fired up about that one. I was like, oh my god.
And we look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah. They sent me the email the other day, and I was like, shut up. And I'm actually driving. Well, look at the email. I'm like, oh, this is bad. I shouldn't be doing this. And then I was like, oh, it's probably WonderCon.
What's your booth number?
EE05.
EE05.
Yeah. So if you guys check me out at WonderCon, San Diego Comic. See, I still think it's WonderCon. That's how much I was like faked out when I saw that email. But yeah, San Diego Comic Con. It'll be EE05. I can't wait. I'm so excited for that one.
I guess we'll start winding down the show, but we'll do a quick thunder round. It's sort of our set of random questions that we sort of ask our...
Thunder round?
Yeah, thunder round.
Yeah.
So if you could have dinner with somebody dead or alive, even fictional, who would it be, and where would you take them to eat?
That's a hard one. I know everyone's probably being like, that guy would totally pick Godzilla. I'd be like, no.
You'd have to win the lottery to pay for the bill.
Exactly. That's a tough one. And I'll just try to think of like characters that I like, or people that I like. Come on, Lenny, think of a good one. You know what? I'm gonna go fun. I would probably have dinner with Immortan Joe from Mad Max Fury Road. I think that'd be a fun dinner. He'd probably tell me how I could get into the gates of Valhalla, witness me,
Where would you eat at?
That guy looks like he'd like a steak.
All right.
Probably go get a steak somewhere. If anyone's heard of Steak and Stein, that's an amazing steak place.
Steak and Stein?
Steak and Stein.
Where's that at?
It's in Whittier, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to look that up.
Whittier or Pico Rivera, something like that. But it's delicious. Delicious. We were talking about going later today, me and my girlfriend, but
oh, sweet.
Probably not going to make it.
You're at a karaoke joint. It's like the call for the last song. And you get to sing the last song. What song do you sing?
The only song I like to sing when I go to karaoke is probably the only song I've ever memorized in my life. It's the Linkin Park "In the End."
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's the one song I can actually sing.
I can do the rapping part, and you can do the singing part.
Yeah, the beatbox and all. I can do it.
Nice.
Yes.
If you won $1 million, what would you do with it?
I'd pay off my student loans. Hands down,
Yeah.
that'd be the first thing to go. Student loans. I'm like drowning in student loans. I'm like want my life to be regular now, but I can't because my student loans are like piled up on top of me. That would seriously be the first thing to go. I would say propose to my girlfriend, but she actually says no, that'd be too vague. You can't propose to me when you win $1 million. You gotta love me, and I was like, you gotta be like that. Why? But I'd probably buy the house. Get a better life started. But definitely student loans would be the first.
Cool. If you could pick artwork to put in the White House, what would you put in the Oval Office?
I put my Shin Godzilla piece.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nice.
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. It's like my bestseller. And I just like how it came out. It's a very memorable piece.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly couldn't comment more on that.
Nice. Yeah, it's an awesome piece.
Yeah.
I guess where can people find you online?
So if you guys want to check me out, my hashtag,
Lenzations?
yeah, Lenzation. But what do they call it? The
Oh, your
what do they call it on like Twitter? Your handle. Your
handle, yeah,
your handle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anywhere, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, it's all Lenzations. Lenzations. You can see all my progress, stuff like that. I have Lenzations.com. That's a place. You know, I finally got my website done thanks to my girlfriend. That's actually all her. And yeah, but the Instagram is, I honestly think my Instagram is probably the best place because it shows a lot of my progress and
definitely.
how I do a lot of the drawings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess lastly, before I let you go, one question that I like to ask creatives is, you know, if they could give advice to somebody else who sort of is trying to take their artwork to the next level, or maybe who's trying to get started, what kind of advice would you give that person?
I think the biggest thing for me is what I learned is patience. Patience and time goes a long way. A lot of things don't happen right when you first started, and that includes art, selling art, and life in general. Like, things don't go your way just because you want it to. You got to be calm, and you got to wait till it does go the right way.
That's pretty sound advice.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like our audience to know about that we didn't get a chance to cover yet?
Follow me, guys. You help encourage me. I'll help encourage you. You know, I'm just another artist trying to make it out there in the world today. And, you know, I hope all you artists who are watching this now, I hope you do it too.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
No problem.
It's always great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you too.
Right, cool. Peace, cheers. Talk to you later.
Guys.